Hey, so I am here. I am live. Hello, hello, hello. This is Lisa Ely, HR for Profit. This is the final instance of our monthly training series, brand new, right? Monthly training series coming to you to share Profit Amplified, Essential HR for Growth. Because let me say this, if you're not making business money in your business, why are you in business, right? And so I want to come in tonight and share with you. So do me a favor, as you're coming in the room, tell me if you've watched any of the other three parts of this March training series. Also, tell me, like, drop me in line below. Tell me where you're tuning in from. If you're live, type pound live. If you are on replay, do pound replay. But I got to know where you are coming in from. It's so important because I want to make sure that this content, this training is reaching you. And I'd love to get your feedback. I would absolutely love to get your feedback. That's right. So DM me, drop a note, send me a private message, whether you're watching right now on LinkedIn, on Facebook inside of our private group, or on YouTube. I want to hear from you. So I know we're a little bit later than I thought we'd be, but life is always lifing. I gave myself grace because there was things I needed to make happen before I joined you. But I'm so glad that I put this on my calendar, because I know for myself the things that I put on my calendar, I make a commitment to and I make it happen. And so, because you're important to me and I know that you're my assignment, you may not know that yet, but I know it. And so tonight, we're talking about Profit Amplified. And so if you're wondering a little bit about Profit Amplified, and I said I was going to do a better job of this, hopefully I'll be able to grab it before I end. But the name of my book is Profit Amplified, HR Strategies Every Entrepreneur and Business Owner Must Know. And this month is the month that I am doing the launch. Now, we're going to continue to sell and offer the book. No doubt I'll be talking about it. But I want you to get this information in your hand. Let me tell you why. Because it's something really amazing on the other side of it once you say yes. But you got to say yes first. I am an avid learner, reader, listener of books, writer of books. You know, somebody said to me that they read some of my weekly posts and they said, you should write a book. I said, thank you. Because I have written a book, not just one. I've written two books on my own, and I have written a chapter in another book, and I am a number one best-selling author. And so bringing all of that to you. So tonight we're going to talk about three things. We're going to discover the core HR strategies that will drive real growth. That's right. I said it, real growth and profitability in your business. So I read a story, if I could share with you a bit of it without revealing the person, who shared that they generated $1 million in their business. That's right. They generated $1 million in their business, but they weren't making enough profit to pay themselves, and they had to get a job in conjunction with $1 million business. And for those you don't know what that is, that's seven figures. But let me say this, I have a six-figure business and I pay myself every month. I pay my health insurance, right? I have a team, and you got to make sure that you're pulling the right levers in your business so that you can do those things. And so, because I know how to do it, I've shown my clients how to do it. I created the book Profit Amplified because I want you to get that information in your hands. And there's no doubt about that, right? And so I'm not gonna wait for that. If you want to get the information in your hands, like tonight, literally, I'm giving away the free chapter. So it's scrolling below while I share with you a little bit about what we're covering tonight. So we're going to talk about strategic HR, mastering the art of assembling a high performance team. Because let me say this, if you're watching the news, there's lots of things happening in the news. And if we look at something, let's just talk about Amazon, whether you love Amazon or not, or whether you love Walmart or whatever it might be, a big box. None of those things happen without a team because one person can't do everything. We're in the middle of March Madness. That's right. We're in the middle of March Madness. And think about it. Can one player make all the baskets? Can they defend the basket? Can they do offense and defense on court? No, they cannot. You need an entire team. And you need a team in your business as well. And maybe you've been resisting doing that. But I want to tell you, don't do it any longer. Number 2, performance optimization. Learn to leverage insights for boosting your team efficiency and productivity. And there are some things that you must do, or hire help to help with your help, right? Hire help to help. And then the third thing, culture and growth alignment. How to align organizational culture so growth and growth objectives to maximize the performance of your organization, of your team, and of you reaching your goals. That's right. So I want to share that with you. So I am delighted that you joined me here tonight. And I want to cut to the chase. As you know, if you've been watching me any period of time, you already know that this is not fluff. This is real stuff. And if you're paying close attention and listening, there will be some tips that you can implement right away, tonight, tomorrow, this week, next week, before the end of this month, before we start quarter 2. Because HR is more than just hiring and firing, right? Because oftentimes we only hear from people when they are ready to hire or when they're ready to terminate someone. But there are far, far more valuable things that happen to help you amplify the profits in your business. And if you're not doing those things, you are leaving money on the table. Can I say it again? You're leaving money on the table. So literally, your people are the backbone of any and every thriving business. I'm not saying that you can't make money on your own by yourself, but there is a limit to what you can do, right? You can have $1 million business by yourself, but I will tell you, there are some unique circumstances surrounding that. But in the world that we live in and the reach that you may need to make that happen, it may be impossible, or you may just be too burnt out really to live the life that you deserve outside of what you're doing for work. But how do you take it from a back office function of HR, of just hiring and terminations, right, to make it a driving force for growth in your business? So I'm going to reveal some of those secrets tonight. But again, what I want you to know is that grab the free chapter of the book, right? Profit Amplified. And then while you're at it, grab the book, because I've got a secret for you. I'm going to reveal it before we end this session tonight so that you understand what you're really getting for less than a meal, right? Unfortunately, less than a meal. That's right. When you grab the entire book and get the bundle before March 31st, you will be able to take part in the special announcement that I'm going to make. But you got to stay tuned, right? You got to stay tuned. So I hope you know that you're here and it's not by accident. You're not, it's this tonight. We're not going to talk about maintaining the status quo. You're here because you're a game changer. And you're one of the ones who asked me the questions, what if and why not profit from my team? Why not grow my team? Why not invest in my team? Why not maximize the performance of my team? Why not improve the culture? Why not improve team efficiency and effectiveness? Why not improve productivity, right? And end up with a high performing team that is tailored, custom tailored for your business for success, right? That's what we want. And I want you to stick around to near the end, because I'm going to reveal what that big, big thing is that you can get if you say yes, right? If you say yes tonight and go ahead and purchase the book, right? Because the reason why is that I want you to get all the things that you've ever dreamed, imagined that were possible when you say yes, right? When you say yes. There's power in that yes, a lot of power in it. So, first off, strategic hiring isn't just about filling gaps. Now, I know sometimes I work with clients and longer term clients, and they have an idea. And I'm not going to go into the details about this, but maybe we will in our next monthly series in April. The difference between an idea and an actual opportunity. And then they think that the idea, because of something that happened related to something that someone else is doing in their circle of influence, and they've decided that this is something that they want to do, right? And so, really, at the end of the day, how other people run their business might not be how you should run yours. So let's go back. I'll go back a few years back when everyone was just hiring a VA. And then maybe a couple years ago, everybody was hiring a chief operating officer, right? Some people were hiring marketing directors or social media managers, right? But that might not be how you can make money and grow your business. My business advisor said this to me. My business advisor said, you need to pour gas on what you're already doing that's making you money. And then that's where you need to put the people towards, right? When you're hiring, it should not be towards some new idea that may not be proven yet. Now, if it's similar to something that you're already doing and you're extending it, expanding it, then that makes sense. And if you're pouring gas on that, then you may need more individuals to help it run smoothly and to continue to grow that piece of your business, right? And so, what I want to share with you is simply this: is I want to share with you that you can grow your business, but you are going to have to take some calculated risks, and you're going to have to make some investments, and you may even need to hire help to get help. And so it's not just about filling gaps. So there's performance optimization. This isn't about squeezing more out of your team, trying to get them to do 5 things in the same time that it took them to do 2 or 3 things. Because sometimes the quality of things actually diminishes, and the effectiveness of those tasks. And there may be too much opportunity for rework and for errors. It's really about empowering your team to achieve their best and arming them with the tools that they need to do that. And so, how? It is critically important. I cannot tell you this enough. How aligning your goals, the individual goals of your team. In fact, it's called goal alignment, from your mission and vision, and the goals all align. And to ensure that everyone has a piece of the goals, the objectives, and that they clearly understand the mission and vision, and also how you make money, but also more importantly, how you lose money too, so that they can avoid those things. It's also by ensuring that they have the tools and the motivation to excel. So I was working with a client who is navigating a new leader on the team who is not necessarily exhibiting the leadership capabilities that align with this organization's mission and vision and values. And so we were really trying to make sure that we were sensitive in the way and in the manner that the coaching and the constructive feedback was happening, so that this person can understand that the president of the company, the leader of the organization, wants them to be successful. But you cannot have one bad apple to spoil the whole bunch. That's right. You cannot have one bad apple spoil the whole bunch. You've got to address, and I say nip those things in the bud, because if you don't, it's not going to get better. It's actually only going to get worse, right? It's only going to get worse. So again, I want to know, I'm going to just check and see like where I'm at online and make sure that I am actually in all the places that I should be as well. And again, I want you to let me know where you're watching in from right now. And I also want to really understand what's happening, right? Um, from that standpoint. Um, yeah, good stuff, good stuff. It's always interesting. Like I set these events up, and then I go live, and I'm never sure, like, am I live in the place where I should be live, or should I be live somewhere else? And I'm going to do some testing of this to make sure. Now, I know I'm live on my page, but maybe I should have been live on the actual event page. And so forgive me if I have not been handling this correctly, but it's my intention to make sure that in working all of this out, that I'm able to do that. So hopefully, again, I see some of you out there watching, a few people out there on Facebook, some people out there on YouTube. Hello, YouTube. Hello, LinkedIn. Good evening, all that great stuff. And let me just pause really quick and say this. I do want to acknowledge the time and the space of all the things that are happening. I happen to live in Maryland, and the tragedies that happen with the Francis Key Scott Bridge. And so we are actively praying for and concerned about those individuals who lost lives and those individuals who will be impacted by the collapse, the tragic collapse of this bridge, and also the commerce and the supply chain and all of those things. But know this, even in that sense, that there were people involved at every instance, the first responders, the individuals who are now even putting their lives at risk to determine what happened. And as we move forward, and all of the people that you saw in front of the camera, behind the camera, all the meetings that are happening, the statements, the notes, and the processes to make all of that happen, there are people involved. And I want to remind you of that even in your businesses, big, small, medium-sized, large, is that you need to employ more people. Not too many people, but the right people in the right places, so that you can magnify your effectiveness, your reach, your profits, and you cannot be like the individual I talked about briefly. Whether you're a 6-figure business, a 7-figure business, or an 8-figure business, that you want to make sure that you're operating the type of business that you need to live the life that you want to live, right? Because that's also what's important. So thank you for allowing me to mention that as well. And for those of you who are considering, all of this, I want to also say is that you can go right now to bit.ly PSG store and download the bundle. And I'll leave the link there. But also know this, and I'll drop the link so that you can see it and have it and all that stuff. But also know this is that I made a promise because I'm doing this because I love doing it. But the other thing too is I'm doing this because I want to get this book in your hands. But you can download that right now. And rolling across the bottom of the screen is the information on the free chapter, because I know how important that is. But I've got like 2 really, really big surprises. So I appreciate you for hanging out with me. So I want to share this with you. I want to talk about culture, because culture is really, really critically important. And culture is important because everyone has a culture and you have a way you want your clients to be engaged and feel empowered by whatever you're offering them, the service, the product that you are selling, the transformation that you are providing as a company. And so it is critically important that you understand what your mission, vision, and core values and the culture is so that you can express it to your team. So let's not forget about that. It's literally the soul of your company. A strong growth aligned culture doesn't just happen. It's crafted by leaders, it is lived, it is nurtured, and it turns a good organization, a great offer into something that is amazing and absolutely great, right? But culture is part of that as well. And so I've been going through some activities looking at my own core values, aligning those with the organization. And this is part of the reason why I have decided to do these training series on a consistent basis from here on out. Because one of my values is to educate and to inform. And I can't do that if I'm not educating and informing. And I've wanted to figure out how to do it, but I've been waiting for people, amazing, smart people, just like you, to come and decide and meet me in a room on a certain day. But in this format, it is available. You have been notified when it is, but it is available for you to participate, right? And so I want you to feel inspired. I want you to feel um, I want you to feel like you can do it. You can have a team. You know, when I first hired my first team member, this is what someone shared with me is that it can be 5 hours a week. Maybe you can't hire someone full time and an employee, right? But also know that you've probably already hired individuals in your business that are part of your team. You may call them contractors or suppliers. Maybe you hired someone to do some tasks inside of your business. But when you have all of this alignment, then it makes it easier for that individual to do the work that you've hired them to do. But when the person, my business advisor at the time, told me I could hire someone for my team for 5 hours, I didn't know that I could do that. Now, because it's not typically something that we always do in corporate, but part time doesn't have to be 20 hours. It could be 5 hours. And then you can let people know what your goal is, moving from 5 to maybe 7 to 8 to 10 hours to 15 to 20 to 30 to 40 hours, and then another part time person. And so that's where it starts. So be inspired tonight to begin to plan and take the steps. And that really starts by you downloading the free chapter of Profit Amplified, the book. That's right, because I am committed to getting it into your hands. The second thing I want you to know is that you can start applying the the tactics and the strategies that are I'm sharing with you tonight. You can go back and look at the other three instances of this month's training. You can also get the book and begin to use that and plan tonight, tomorrow, and this weekend, and then invest in the book. So I'm going to give you the first thing that I'm doing with the book, if that's okay. So the first thing I'm doing with the book is that I am sending you not just the book, but an entire bundle, Q&A answers. I'm throwing in valued at $1,000, the Ultimate Hiring Toolkit is an electronic version that will allow you to up level your hiring immediately, along with 5 job descriptions that are the top things that we help um, our partners, our business partners, to hire. Program coordinator, virtual assistant, social media, a point setter. And those are just a few. Project coordinator, because those are some of the things that will help you to advance. And then we've got one other really, it's so juicy, right? But part of the bundle is a pledge. And so it's the HR Profit Pledge. And what we do with our clients is it gives you a guide, a rudder to really hold yourself accountable to as a leader, as the CEO of your business, as the president of your business, as the leader in your organization, to make sure that you are coming into every single day with the mindset to amplify profits, to grow the culture, to ensure that your team is growth aligned, to ensure that you are operating with the best HR practices, tools, and motivations possible. And then the third thing that's part of the bundle is the HR profit checklist. And this checklist literally is a checklist that you can use to ensure that as you make hiring decisions and other things, that they're in alignment with your organization's culture, with your values, your mission, and your vision, and also some ideas on things to help and make sure that those are plugged and played throughout your entire organization. And if you are do it yourself type and craving more of the profit amplified essential HRs for growth, I want to tell you this one thing. I'm almost ready to tell you. We've got like a couple more minutes to go. And so I want you to just grab your copy, right? And it can start with a free, and you'll see it goes through to you ordering the book. And again, don't forget, you can actually go to the Bitly store, right? Which is there, PSG, Purple Squirrel Group, dash store, to actually get the bundle, right? To actually get the bundle. But I know your time is valuable. And the last thing I want to say is that I have created what I call a mini mastermind. And so you and up to 5 individuals in a session with me live virtually will be able to work through each and every one. Everyone will get an opportunity to work through a real life issue, challenge, problem, planning, strategy for your business. Maybe it's you want to figure out who to hire first. Maybe you want to figure out if you're ready to turn a contractor into a full-time. Maybe you want to figure out what should be my next hire. Maybe you want to figure out, do I need a handbook or other things or anything else related to the life cycle? Am I paying people properly? I keep having too much turnover, and why is that? Whatever your issue is, maybe you want some help defining your mission, vision, core values, and culture. You can also do that in the session. But you've got to download the book before and make the investment in Profit Amplified before March 31st in order to get that special invitation. That's right. So it can start with the free chapter. If you're lost on where to go, you can go to hrforprofit.com/home, and it will take you there. Or you can go into my links, which are all over social media. So I want to thank you for spending some time with me, because you're my assignment. I know that. And maybe you don't know it yet, but I also want you to make sure that you tell me if you're watching this live or on replay. I want you to know that I am ready to help you make a change. You can download this book. You can reach out to me, DM me, Profit, and I will reach out and answer any questions that you have. You can book a strategy call, but it all starts with download that free chapter to get started, and to get on your journey to amplifying your profits in your business and in your life, so that you won't be like the example I shared, generating big dollars in your business, but not able to work full time in your business and to live the life that you've been called to live. So I want to thank you for joining me tonight as we talked about our topic tonight, Profit Amplified, the essential HR for growth. And if you want a reminder of what that is, that is strategic hiring, it's performance optimization, and it's culture and growth alignment. So making sure that you are assembling a high performance team that is tailored for success. It's learning to leverage insights for boosting your team efficiency and productivity. And finally, it is creating a culture and growth alignment, aligning your organizational culture with growth opportunities to maximize your profitability. And so, I'm Lisa Ely. I'm your HR profit strategist. I am delighted to be here. Stay tuned for our 4-part series in April in this same place, whether you're watching on Facebook, on LinkedIn, or on YouTube. Make sure you connect with us everywhere, but do not forget, download the free chapter, get the book bundle so that you can get an invitation to the free mini mastermind to get a real issue solved with you and other like-minded businesses. So have a great night, and I'll see you soon. Take care.